Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to game number 7 of the day, game number 11 of the tournament, and the biggest game of the season for the hometown Warewell Major Bantam Bombers. It's their final game of the round robin, and it's pretty simple. For the Bombers, if they can at least get a tie in this game, they will play a semifinal tomorrow. However, if they lose this game, they are mathematically eliminated from making it to the semifinals. If the Lumberjacks win this game, we will know who the 4 semifinalists are before any of tomorrow's final round-robin games get played. All that will be left to determine is the seedings. But if the Bombers can get at least a point, then they will know that they will play a semifinal and either a bronze medal or a gold medal game in front of their hometown fans on Saturday and Sunday. It doesn't get any simpler than that. They need at least a tie. A win would be preferable, obviously, from a Bomber perspective, but at least a tie will get them into tomorrow afternoon's semifinals. My name is Michael Petter. Thank you so much for joining us here on 360 Live. And like I say, it doesn't get any simpler than this. Bombers must win or tie, or this is their last game of the tournament and of the season here in 2018-19. Their opponent for this game is the South Shore Lumberjacks. The Jacks come in with a record of 1-1 after a victory over the Rangers 5-1 yesterday and a loss by a score of 5-1 against John Old Jim Cape Breton Cougars earlier today. For the Bombers, they have yet to lose a game in this tournament, but their lives are still on the line because 2 of their games have ended in ties. They tied the Gulls by a score of 4-4. They tied the Storm by a score of 3-3. Both of those results were yesterday. Earlier today, the Bombers earned a huge 3-1 win over Excel Physio. The reason the Bombers would be eliminated if they lose this game: 4 teams would be tied at 4 points each. The Gulls have 5 points. So as it stands, if the Bombers lost, the Bombers, Excel, Cougars, and Lumberjacks would all be on 4 points, tied for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. First tiebreaker is head-to-head if and only if all of those teams had played all of each other, which they will have not. Therefore, the first tiebreaker becomes points accumulated by way of wins. Because the Bombers have 1 win and 2 ties, and all 3 of the other teams have 2 wins, they would get 2nd, 3rd, and 4th seeds in some order as the tie-breaking formulas continue to play out, and the Bombers would be 5th. And because the Bombers are wrapping up their round robin tonight, they would not be able to advance beyond 5th unless they win this game, or at least tie it. If they tie it, they'll be tied with the Gulls for points. They will have tied the Gulls in their game, and so the next tiebreaker would be the goal differential formula, and the Gulls would have the advantage there, having their victories by scores of 4-0 and 2-1, as opposed to a 3-1 win and 3 ties for the Bombers. So the Bombers would go into tomorrow in 2nd place, but Excel and the Cougars would still have a chance to overtake them, but the Bombers would know that at the very least they are into the playoffs no worse than 4th. Although, no, even that, there's still a possibility if the Lumberjacks No, because the Lumberjacks play the Hawks, so then the Bombers would still be safe. They need at least a point to be safe. So let's get down to the keys to the game. And the number one key, plain and simple, don't lose. For the Bombers, if you get a 1-goal lead, that 1-goal lead's almost as good as a 2-goal lead because a win is as good as a tie. That doesn't mean start going into a defensive shell if you get a 1-goal lead, but it does mean that you are aware that you have a little bit more of a comfort zone to work with if you do get that lead. If you trail, there's not as much need to panic because, as the Bombers, you know, you need to tie it up. You don't need to get a win necessarily. So for the Bombers, don't play for the tie, but if we get into the late stages, don't panic, knowing that a tie can get you what you need and what you want, which is a semi-final berth. Second key to this game is goaltending. We've seen some great goaltending from both of these teams. Joe Hocko was brilliant in his victory against the Rangers on the opening day, stopping all but one shot in that win and getting a save percentage of .955 by virtue of those 21 saves on 22 shots. Thomas Garapy in his 2 ties has a .350 goals against average and .896 save percentage. Cole Goss was fantastic earlier today, giving up just 1 goal on a whole ton of shots by Excel Physio. But it was enough as he stopped 33 of 34 in that victory. So either way for the Bombers, they know they're going to have a goaltender that they can believe in. Ian Porter had a bit of a rough start earlier today. Chances are it is going to be Hocko who gets this start here this evening. Which goalie plays better will have a big impact on which team ends up getting the victory here tonight. And the third key to this game is going to be that this is probably the most packed we will see this Pictou County Wellness Center at any point through the round robin portion at the very least. We might see it even more packed tomorrow for semifinals and Sunday for the bronze and gold medal games, depending on what the matchups are. Obviously, if the Bombers are in those games, this rink will be absolutely hopping for that. But for tonight, this rink is going to be hopping. Can these young men feed off of that energy, or will that energy end up, to you, for lack of a better word, overstimulating them as this game goes on? The Bombers are not only the host team, but in this game they are the home team. So they will be playing their home black jerseys with the white and red trim. They will be in their usual end of the ice, that is off to our right, skating from right to left for the first and third periods. For the Jacks, they're in their road white jerseys with the black, or with the blue and red trim. They'll be skating from left to right for the first and third periods. This is a huge game for both of these teams, and we so very much appreciate having you here along for the ride. Zamboni finishing up his laps of the ice. Although a bit of an unusual route to take to come off the ice there. Now the Zamboni coming off of the ice as we get ready to welcome these teams. A good, strong contingent of Jacks fans with a whole bunch of signage right across the way over in Section 6 here at the Pictou County Wellness Center. You know they're going to be loud. A whole bunch of Bomber faithful here throughout the rest of this building. You know they as well are going to be loud. Here come our officials. 7th and final game of the day. 11th game of the round robin. Final game of the round robin for the hometown Bombers. And the Jacks getting ready to make their way out onto the ice. As expected, being led by their starting goaltender, Joe Hocko. We talked about his numbers, a 1-0 record, a 1.0 goals against average, a .955 save percentage. Woodworth, Cook, part of the starting forward line. Ryan Hopkins and Talbot out there on the defense. And we see the third forward coming out to stand on the blue line for the faceoff is Huskins. Still awaiting the Bombers to make their way out of their tunnel. Still waiting to see who that starting goaltender is going to be. Will it be Garapi, who played twice yesterday but did not play this afternoon? Will it be Goss, who played this afternoon but played brilliant? What is the plan for head coach John Sim? Still not tipping his hand. But we can tell you that Nicholas, Steele, Farrell out there to start the game with Young, and here comes Thomas Garapi. He will get the start. So Garapi with 2 ties yesterday, a .350 save percentage and .896, or .350 goals against average and .896 save percentage. And again, we see Steele as we're part of the forward unit to start that game. But first, oh Canada. All right, joining Steele and Nicholas and Farrell out there as the starting 5. It is Livingston and Young. Steele normally a defenseman, but we saw this alignment this morning as well. Steele took a few shifts as a forward. Don't forget, you can join the conversation about this game. Go to Twitter. Send me a tweet at PetterPC_sports. You can also follow the tournament here at 2019_major. Both teams banging on the boards. They're ready to go. We're ready to go. And we are underway. Puck dumped in immediately by the Lumberjacks. Comes off the boards. There's a shot right away. Garapi making the save. Puck is loose and cleared away and out of danger. A good early first chance there for the Lumberjacks. Picked up now by Huskins. Huskins kicks it ahead. Livingston, he gets tangled up by Woodworth. Now the puck comes and Young gets it to the line. Ryan Hopkins plays it back down. Now low. Now Ryan Hopkins gets it back again. Lead pass for Woodworth. Woodworth dumps it in right onto Garapi, and he'll cover up and hang on for a face-off. 38 seconds gone here in the opening period. And a bounce off the end boards right from the get-go leads to a glorious chance for the Lumberjacks. to score early in this one. Brandon takes the draw against Sim. Sim puts the puck back to the wall. Contuck in there. Now still battling along the corner there. Still battling along the wall. Finally the puck comes ahead to Wallace. He gets it out to center. But Lamborn dumps it right back in again. Contuck back to get it. Plays it up to Blaze McDonald. McDonald out trying to get that through to Wallace, but that was broken up by Kyle Hopkins. Hopkins and Hopkins, both defensemen, cousins of each other there on the South Shore Lumberjack roster. Puck comes all the way around and out to center. Contuck dumps it back in before his number 24 counterpart Coleman can get to him. Now back with it is Kyle Hopkins. He plays it ahead. Up for Lamborn, but Lamborn turns it over to Canning. Now battle along the wall. Canning comes out with it. Takes a shot. That's off the post. And it comes back and underneath Joe Hocko, and he'll make the save and hang on. What a chance there for Canning. And not quite able to beat the iron. He beat Joe Hocko, but couldn't beat the iron. Both teams now with an early chance in this one. Out to center. McInnes gets a stick on that puck. Now it comes across to Sellers. He'll play it up and out to center. Back with it there is Ryan Hopkins. He gets it ahead for Cook. Cook brings it into the zone. Drop pass. That's broke. That goes right onto the stick of Canning, and here comes Lucas Canning. Working down the left wing, takes the shot. It goes up into the glass, or up into the netting rather, and out of play. .2:13 gone here in the opening period. Faceoff will be inside the Lumberjack zone after the puck did go off of a Lumberjack player. Here comes Woodworth. Gets it across. There's a chance, and it goes wide. Garapi able to force the puck enough to the outside that the shot from Cook went wide. Now Farrell with it. He'll play it ahead for McKinnon. McKinnon trying to work his way around Barry. Puck comes all the way around to the near side. Huskins, he'll get it out and off the wall. Zwicker now trying to work his way in against Farrell. Zwicker sends the puck down into the corner. Takes a bump in there from Nicholas. Nicholas. Now Zwicker gets it out in front. There was a chance for Mayer. And then the puck rolls in onto Garapi, and he covers up for a face-off. 2:59 gone here in the opening period. And the Lumberjacks with another offensive zone face-off. Puck comes to Nofdahl. He works it up the wall a little too far in front of Blaze McDonald. Puck to the line and out. And then shot back in again. Now Contuck will send it out down the ice. Sim racing in to try and get there, but it will be an icing against the hometown Warewell Major Bantam Bombers with 3:16 gone here in the period. Face off to be taken there by Brannon, working against Sim. Puck gets to the line, not out. Now Contuck will give it to Nofdahl. He gets it ahead to McDonald, and he gets it out and down the ice. Connors to it. Around the boards to the line. Contuck will play it into the far side corner. Blaze McDonald now tries to send it back down low. That puck knocked down, and out comes Coleman. Coleman working against Contuck. Coleman forced to the outside by Contuck. Contuck with a good body check there. And he'll get the puck to the line and just kept in by Hopkins. Kyle Hopkins with a nice play there. Now Contuck works it ahead for Wallace. Ben Wallace trying to race after it. Kyle Hopkins wins that race to the puck, and it ends up going up into the Lumberjack bench. 4:03 gone here in the first period. Now the Lumberjacks get it out to center again after winning the faceoff, but here comes Lucas Canning. Canning has been the offensive juggernaut so far this tournament for the Bombers. 4 goals and an assist in 3 games. Canning plays it back to the line for Steele. His shot! And McInnes was there trying to generate some traffic, but the save made again by goaltender Joe Hocko. Off of the face-off, puck comes to the wall. Kiefer Avery will send it down. Canning can't settle it behind the net. Far wall, McInnes couldn't settle that down either, and it's played out to center, but Sellers plays it right back in again. Hocko behind the net, settles it and slows it down for Ryan Hopkins. Hopkins, long lead pass to Huskins. Now Huskins brings it in across the blue line. Huskins still with the puck, takes a shot. Delayed penalty coming up as Ryan Hopkins has the puck. Hopkins plays it down low, out in front, comes back to the line, now across, and there's a big save by Garapy. But we will get that penalty call now, as it appears it's going to be Sellers who's going to go off for a slash. So the Bombers' penalty kill, which has killed off 8 of 10 shorthanded situations at 5:06 of the first period, goes up against a power play which has scored on 2 of 6 chances. Lots of traffic in front. That puck now rolls into the corner. Cook picks up there. Back to the line, Ryan Hopkins. Hopkins over to Woodworth. Woodworth takes a shot. It's blocked in front by Young. Back to the line again, Hopkins. Ryan Hopkins, his shot comes loose in front. They score! And a big goal by Cook on the power play at 4:30. And the Lumberjacks take the 1-0 lead with the power play goal. It took just 24 seconds of power play time at 5:30. The goal for Cook, his second goal, 4th point of the tournament. The 3rd power play goal of the tournament for the Lumberjacks, and it's a 1-0 lead. Kyle Hopkins dumps it in. Puck comes around to the far corner. Working the cycle there was Mayer as well as Zwicker. Now out come the Bombers. Here comes Farrell. Farrell into the zone, tried to get a shot away, had it tipped off of his stick. Following up was Nicholas. Nicholas takes it behind the net. He takes a bump, but Farrell gets it, tries to wrap around, and Hocko able to shut the door. Back to Kontuk. Kontuk shot, and Hocko watches that all the way in. And he'll make the save and hang on. 6:06 gone here in period number 1. Face off will be to the right of the goaltender, Joe Hocko. Off of the face-off, neither side gets it cleanly. Ethan Brandon with an assist. And Ryan Hopkins with the other assist on that one. So it was Cook, his 2nd goal, 4th point from Brandon and Ryan Hopkins on the power play at 5:30. Played ahead. There's a dangerous hit by Sellers as he had Lamborn in a bit of an awkward position, but Lamborn fortunately able to get up and continue on. Ryan Hopkins plays it across for Lamborn. Lamborn now tried to get it down into the corner. Sellers picks up there, plays it off the wall and out to center. Talbot will give it to Hopkins near side. Ryan Hopkins skating it ahead. Stops just inside the blue line. Blaze McDonald helps knock the puck off his stick, and Avery will get it over. That pass goes through the feet of Sim. Talbot will send it back into the zone. Now Sellers to the line, not out, kept in there by Cook. Cook, who has the goal this evening, plays it back to the line for Connors. Connors across to Kyle Hopkins, and his shot saved by Garapy. Just under half of the first period gone, and the 1-0 lead here for the Bombers. or for the Lumberjacks, excuse me. Time to take a look at some of our sponsors, including Gino's Bakery, Swiss Chalet, and Barb's Diner in Westville. All three of them doing a big part to help make the hospitality suite for parents, fans, and the players and coaches as well a fantastic place to sit and rest throughout the course of this event. Puck is at center ice. Puck dumped back in again by Woodworth. Settled down by Garapi for Livingston. Charlie Livingston takes it out from behind the net. Ahead there for Avery. Avery sets it over to Young. Young now back to Livingston. Livingston, a pass ahead, this time to Avery again. But Connor's able to disrupt that and send it back in. Garapi will settle it down and hang on for a face-off. Also, Tim Hortons, who of course are a big part of that hospitality suite, as well as Sobeys. Of course, Sobeys headquarters right here in Pictou County. TRA, and can't forget the title sponsor of our home team here in this tournament, Wear Well Garments, for the Wear Well Bombers. Puck comes back to the line. Harlow trying to send it back in low, intended for Mayer. Getting on that was Nofdahl. He takes a big hit as he played the puck to the far corner. Now picking up again is Nicholas. He gets it out. It's dumped right back in again, and back to pick up is Dylan Kontuk. Wraps it around the boards. It gets all the way out to Barry just outside his own blue line. He plays to Harlow. Harlow, long lead pass. Just hops a little bit away from Mayer, and that'll end up being an icing as Mayer did not touch the puck. Some more of our sponsors to thank for their support throughout the course of this weekend. TD Waterhouse, Sam's Pizza, Sacco Automotive, and Proudfoot Home Hardware. 6:12 left to go here in the first period. Bombers trail the Lumberjacks 1-0. Off of the draw, puck comes back to Steele, to Avery. He gets it down to Sim. Now in the corner, it's picked up by Hopkins, Ryan Hopkins that is. Up the wall and out to center. Steele goes to dump it back in again. It gets beyond Hocko, goes all the way around to the far side. Talbot tries to get to it, but Sim is there first. Here comes Landon Sim, over for Canning, and what a save by Hocko as he just got his foot extended out enough to keep that puck out off of a glorious chance from the sniper, Lucas Canning. Now Sim picks up the puck again. Sim looking to cut towards the net himself, takes a shot, Hocko another save. Now here's Avery with it, back to the line for Sellers. Sellers he does misplay it and then puts it right into the belly of Coleman, who got it out to center. Now it's back in again. Now looking to get it out, Talbot. His pass misses Lamborn. And Sellers will play it over to Steele. Steele back to Sellers right through his own crease. And then the pass ahead misses everybody. Icing gets waved off as the linesman says the Lumberjack player could have played it. Now it ends up underneath Hocko, and he'll hang on for a face-off. 4:58 left to go here in the first period. Some more of those sponsors. Pictou County Pizza, of course, another one of our great pizza places here in Pictou County. And if you haven't had pizza in Pictou County, whether it's Pictou County Pizza or Sam's Pizza, you have not had pizza. Some of the best pizza right here in Pictou County. Nova Scotia Major Midget and Major Bantam Leagues both showing their support to this event, as well as McGillivray Fuels and Pioneer Coal. A lot of great local businesses getting involved. Here's Blaze McDonald with the shot. That gets blocked in front by Woodworth. He's able to swing it over to Cook. Cook now will dump it in. Chasing after it in the near side corner there was Huskins. Huskins gets knocked down as both Livingston and Nicholas were in there. Now here comes Wallace. He gets it over to Blaze McDonald, but McDonald pushes it a little bit too far in front of himself. Now Nicholas will play it up the wall to McDonald, and he'll dump it the rest of the way in. Hocko out of his net to play it, settling it down there. Pass ahead for Huskins. Huskins gives to Cook. Cook coming into the Bomber zone, takes the shot. Garapi the save. Puck is gathered up by Wallace. He'll get it out to center. 4 white shirts right in front of him. Wallace doing a good job to push it as far as the blue line. Now sent in there by Young. Connors working his way back up the other way. Here comes Connors. He'll dump it in. Goes into the corner, going in after it there, Coleman. Coleman tried to play it back, but it was intercepted by Canning. Canning coming out. Here comes Lucas Canning. Canning cuts to the outside, but knocked off the puck just enough by Hopkins. Great play there by Ryan Hopkins as he gets it over to Lambourne. Now here's Coleman. Cross the blue line. His shot blocked right in front of him by Contuck. As the 224s go into the corner for the battle, puck comes ahead to Avery. Avery, long lead pass, trying to spring Canning. It was a little too far in front of him. Now back out to center. Here comes Huskins. Huskins into the Bomber zone, gets the puck knocked off his stick. Woodworth following up, and that didn't miss the far post by a whole awful bunch. Down below the goal line, Woodworth and Contuck collide. Contuck ends up with the puck. Gets it to the line. Ryan Hopkins back down into Woodworth. Cook now throws it out in front. There's a chance. Save made by Garapi. Picking it up now. Trying to get another shot away there was Huskins. Now it's to the line. Hopkins. Puck comes up. Gets it to Talbot. He sends it back down below the goal line. Huskins going in after it against Contuck. Huskins sends it behind the net. Cook lets it go through to the near side corner. Contuck will get to that one. To the line, glove down by Ryan Hopkins. He plays it ahead for Zwicker. Zwicker can't maintain control of it. Contuck now gets it to the line. And with some help from Avery, it comes out. Here comes Avery. Kiefer Avery tried to play it to McKinnon. That's broken up. Pass intended for Tanner gets deflected away. And hustling back to get to that puck is Sellers. He fans on his attempt to get at it. Now Steele will play it around the boards. Kyle Hopkins can't control it, and it comes out to center. Put onto the stick of Sim. Here comes Landon Sim. Sim fans on his shot, gets the puck back again. Sim plays it back to the line for Steele. His shot looking for a deflection from McKinnon. McKinnon couldn't quite make contact. Now it's played to the line, kept in by Sellers. Sellers with the shot, they score! I believe it might have been Zach McInnes who deflected it, but someone got a piece of that puck, and it came up over the shoulder of Hawko. At second look, it may have been McKinnon who got it. Either way, with 1:37 left to go in the first period, the Bombers tie it up at 1. 13:23, the time of the goal. A huge goal to tie this game back up. Whether it was McKinnon or McInnes, either way, it's that player's first goal and first point of the tournament. Puck dumped in. Young plays it around the boards. It comes all the way back to Kyle Hopkins. He tried to send it down to Woodworth. Now it's back out to center. Here comes Blaze McDonald. He's got Wallace with him. McDonald takes a shot. Save made. Rebound was there. And Wallace couldn't get that second shot opportunity. As they confirm, it's McKinnon who got the goal. Farrell gets an assist. Farrell getting one of the assists on that one. The other assist was the player who took the shot, and I cannot for the life of me remember who that was. It was from the point. I believe it might have been Sellers. But we're all tied up at 1 with 59.3 seconds left to go. A couple of other sponsors: Pioneer Coal, English Jewelers, Hockey Nova Scotia, Grant Thornton, and Combex. There's a puck rolling just outside the post on the near side as we're looking at it. Now it comes out to center. Here comes Canning. Lucas Canning with a burst of speed. Canning coming in. He scores! Lucas Canning gives the Bombers the lead. It is 2-1 with 14:15 gone in the first period. Sorry, folks, I get a little bit excited. Whew. Game number 7 of the day, not much voice left, but when you see a goal like that, a beautiful goal, scorer's goal by Lucas Canning, his 5th goal, 6th point of the tournament, you can't help but get excited. Here's Harlow with a shot. That gets blocked. Avery's coming out. Here comes Kiefer Avery. Avery tees it up. He scores! Kiefer Avery. And just like that, 2 goals, 18 seconds apart. 3 goals, 1:10 apart. And the Bombers take a 3-1 lead. The 3 goals from Cameron McKinnon, Lucas Canning, and Kiefer Avery have turned what was a 1-0 lead for the Lumberjacks to a 3-1 lead for the Bombers. First we get the announcement of Canning's goal. Sim with an assist. Avery with an assist. And then we'll get the announcement of Avery's goal here in just a moment as well. Here's Young with the puck as the first period comes to an end. And what a first period for the Bombers. More so maybe what a last couple of minutes of the first period for the Bombers. Sending a shout out to Shauna Ray, who's watching online cheering for the Bombers. That comes from Liz Avery. And how about those Bombers and that finish to period number 1? 3 goals in the span of 1:10 seconds. Here we get the announcement of Avery's goal. For Avery, his 2nd goal, 5th point of the tournament. Avery's goal unassisted at 14:33. As we get confirmation, Sellers was indeed the first assist on that goal. So it goes McKinnon, his first goal, first point of the tournament from Sellers, and from Farrell, that one at 13:23. Then at 14:15, Canning, his 5th goal, 6th point from Sim and Avery. Then at 14:33, Avery, his 2nd goal, 5th point, unassisted. Make it 3-1. Shots on goal in the first period by the Lumberjacks 10, by the Lumberjacks 12, by the Bombers 10. And the score 3-1, second period now underway. There's a chance, Garapy, and they score! There's a bounce back moment that the Lumberjacks desperately needed, as Garapy made the initial save, but the rebound came right to Ethan Brannon, and he gets his 2nd point of the tournament, his 1st goal, 2nd point of this game, as well as 2nd point of the tournament. And that will make it 3-2 now, with 23 seconds elapsed here in the 2nd period. Don't blink, folks. We've now had 4 goals in the span of 2 minutes of playing time. That's right, 4 goals in 2 minutes of playing time between 13:23 of the first period and 23 seconds of the 2nd period. 4 goals in 2 minutes. I'm going to take this stoppage in play to try and catch my breath a little bit. In the meantime, we get the announcement of the goal by Brennan. Lamborn and Connors with the assists on that one. So again, that was Ethan Brannon, his 1st goal, 2nd point of the tournament from Lamborn and Connors at 23 seconds, and it's now 3-2. Puck comes to the wall. Canning fakes like he was going to shoot. Then he does take the shot, and it ends up rolling through the crease and just coming to the near side corner. The indication the puck was played with a high stick, so we'll get a stoppage in play, and it will come out to center ice for the face-off. 57 seconds gone here in the 2nd period. Canning taking the draw against Woodworth. Woodworth wins it back to Connors. to Kyle Hopkins. Ahead for Huskins. Now to Woodworth. Woodworth coming in. And he just misses the net with that one. Kyle Hopkins sends it down low. Now centering pass intended for Woodworth. Broken up by Contuck. He gets it as far as the line. Kyle Hopkins had it momentarily but could not keep it in. Now Hopkins plays it up the wall. It's played back up the wall the other way by Nofdahl to McInnes. McInnes can't feather his pass through and coming out the other way. Here's Huskins with it now. Huskins across the blue line, takes the shot. Garrepy the save, kicking that one wide. Cook sends it back down low, goes all the way around to the far side, picked up there by Contuck. Ahead to Farrell, he just deflects it forward. Now back out to center ice. Nofdahl fans on that, and Zwicker will bring it back into the Bomber zone. Zwicker down into the corner, getting support there from McDermott. McDermott actually comes out with it and tries to get a shot away, but it rolls slightly off the toe of his stick. Now Rayfuse takes a bump, and Avery will get the puck on the pass and come out. Gives it to Farrell. Farrell trying to work his way around to the outside against Kyle Hopkins. Hopkins rubs him into the boards, and McDermott will get the puck and come back up the other way. Can't get that puck past McKinnon, however. Now it's back down into the corner, and Ryan Hopkins trying to work back up the near wall again. Gets it to the line, held in just by Tanner Steele. Great hold of the line there by Steele. Now around to the far side. Rayfuse is able to get it out to center, but Sellers immediately gets it back over to Steele. Puck sitting right on the red line as Steele and Rayfuse collide. Now Sellers will dump it in. Hawko settles it behind the net for Ryan Hopkins. He's trying to get away from the forecheck of Farrell. Here comes Hopkins through center. Hopkins gains the offensive zone. Hopkins all the way down into the corner, tries to cut back to the middle, but turns the puck over, and it's played out. Coleman there gives it back to Talbot. Talbot off the boards and into the zone. Sellers deflects it down into the corner. He goes in after it. Lamborn on him right away. Also coming in there is Brannon. Brannon will come out with the puck. Brannon still with it, takes the shot, and Garrepy makes the save and hangs on. 3:23 gone here as we get our final set of sponsors to thank, including Kaylee Honda, Cabot Shipping, Blue Wave Energy Ultramar, Bike Monkey, and Anchor Toyota. Waved out of the face-off circle is Sim. Coming in to take the draw instead is Blaze McDonald. Lumberjacks get possession off the draw. Coleman fans on his shot, however. Sim gets it ahead to McDonald. McDonald dumping it down. Going in after it in the corner there was Harlow. Now back down into the corner far side. McDonald takes it behind the net. Sim right there with him. McDonald for Sim in the corner. He takes a bump from Brannon, and that allows the Lumberjacks to get possession. Brannon gets it back again after it rolled away from Coleman. Now Coleman gets it at center. Here comes Coleman, dumping it down into the zone. All the way around to the near side. Lamborn takes a bump there from Young. Puck goes back behind the net. Charlie Livingston gets to it there. He tries to play it off the boards. Now Livingston will try to play it off the boards near side. Barry will hold it in at the line and send it around to the far wing where Ben Wallace gets it. He plays it up, then McDonald off the wall. Here comes Blaze McDonald. McDonald trying to cut through the D, gets his stick knocked out of his hands. Delayed penalty coming up, but Wallace still with the puck. Off to the bench for an extra attacker is Garrepy. And finally the Lumberjacks get possession, and not much of a dispute on that call as the stick of Blaze McDonald knocked right out of his hands by Kiefer Huskins. And so the first power play of the game for the Bombers will take place. This coming at 4:51 of period number 2. Slashing the call against Huskins. The power play for the Bombers 1 for 10 so far on the weekend. Penalty kill for the Lumberjacks 4 out of 5. Farrell tries the wrap around. Making the save there was Hawko. Now Sim has the puck, takes the shot, save made, rebound was there, but Avery couldn't quite get a handle on it, And it's sent down the length of the ice. Back to pick up Lucas Canning. Canning takes it behind the net. Woodworth follows him behind there, so Canning will just carry it out. Here comes Canning into the zone. Canning goes all the way behind the Lumberjack net. Now he'll come out the far side, take it all the way back to the blue line himself. Fakes the shot, gives to Sim. Back to Canning, not in a good position for the one-timer, but he gets the shot through. And that ends up going wide. Now the puck sent down the length of the ice. 1:05 left to go in the penalty. Canning. Yeah, whoa! There was a chance for Brandon, another chance for Brandon, as Brandon created the turnover, and Canning, I don't know if Canning actually took that shot at his own net. Now here's Sim, he can't pull the trigger as he was tied up there by Talbot. Talbot saving almost a sure goal. Puck sent down the length of the ice. Contact back to get it. 38 seconds left in the man advantage. Here comes Nicholas. Chase Nicholas goes to dump it in deep. It's knocked down and sent the length of the ice. Garapy settles the puck down for Sellers. 25 seconds left in the penalty. Cole Sellers gets the pass ahead. It goes all the way out to center ice and then is dumped in again. And another weird bounce as Garapy has to play that one. And now here comes Sellers. Cole Sellers up ahead all the way into the zone. Drops it off there for Nicholas. Now Woodworth with a nice move. Woodworth hustling in. Blaze McDonald on the back check. And what a play by McDonald to get his stick on that puck. Now McDonald deflects that down the ice. It's going to come right in towards Hocko. And back to get it Hopkins. We're back to 5-on-5 here. Ahead for Huskins. Huskins has Zwicker and Mayer with him. Huskins to Mayer. Mayer with the shot. Garapy the save. McKinnon trying to get it gathered up. He couldn't. Nicholas now trying to kick the puck ahead, but Zwicker and Mayer on either side of him. Now it gets to the line. Huskins takes a big hit from Farrell, but is able to keep the puck in the zone in the process. Take a hit to make the play. That's the kind of thing you love to see from a good hockey player. Now Rayfuse gets it up to Mayer. Mayer trying to make his move. Gets the puck dumped in. It goes off of Young. Young gets to it at the wall. Now Sim, Landon Sim, out to center. Landon Sim still with the puck. Brings it in. Farrell has it knocked off his stick by Connors. 7:07 left to go in the second period. Bombers lead it by 1. Kyle Hopkins up the wall for Rayfuse. Rayfuse will carry it ahead himself. Here comes Rayfuse into the zone. Takes the shot. Garapy will glove it down and hang on. 6:52 left to go here in period 2. And the Bombers lead it 3-2. By the way, if there are any players whose last names I am mispronouncing, putting the emphasis on the wrong syllable or anything along those lines, by all means do let me know. If it's not Mayer and it's Mar or anything like that, just send a tweet to @PetterPCSports and by all means I will correct it. There's a shot taken by Woodworth. It comes off the glass. Now Cook in the corner. The fact that I haven't heard anything yet, though, tells me I might be right. Connors with the shot. That comes in. Cook with the rebound. And Garapy makes a huge save again. Oh, my goodness. We've still got another 26 minutes left in this game. I don't know if I can handle that. Wow. Hey, this major bantam hockey stuff, it might be good, you know. Now Woodworth and Sellers go into the corner. As they joust there, puck comes out to Cook. Cook with the backhand shot, Garapy the save. Nicholas wraps it around the boards, gets to the line, held in by Ryan Hopkins. His shot blocked by Steele, and out come the Bombers. Canning ends up overskating the puck. That's going to be an offside as Canning did not get his foot back on the line. Trying to argue that he did, but it was pretty clear to see from up here that he did not get his foot back on the line, and so that will be an offside against the Bombers. 6:03 left to go here in period number 2. Lumberjacks out shooting the Bombers right now, 21-11. But the Bombers still with that 3-2 lead. Puck dumped in right onto Garapy. He'll cover up and hang on for a face-off. 5:56 left to go in the second period, and I believe this is the first time we've had 5 goals scored in the first 2 periods of a game. There's a piece of trivia for you from this tournament. Puck comes into the corner. Lamborn in there working against Sellers. Comes up to Canning. Canning gets it to the line and out as Kyle Hopkins couldn't quite hold. Now Connors gets it back just inside the line. Steele brings it out, dumps it all the way down the ice after he gained the red line. Kyle Hopkins around the boards. And it gets out to Lamborn. Here comes Lamborn. Coming in. Lamborn with the shot. Garapy steers that one wide. Picking up is Canning going the other way. Here comes Lucas Canning. Canning trying to split the D. The puck rolls down into the corner. Avery going in there. Sim now up the wall. And it'll be picked up by Kyle Hopkins. He can't clear as Avery knocks it down at the wall again. 5:04 left to go here, second period. As they battle along the wall, referee yelling, move it, move it, move it. It finally does. And Coleman, he can't clear, but Woodworth will. Woodworth out to center, has Lamborn with him. Woodworth to Lamborn. Lamborn, his shot gets blocked, goes down to Woodworth, cleared back into the corner by Livingston. Now a shot from Hopkins goes well wide, comes all the way to the point, and Ryan Hopkins at the other side takes a shot. That comes wide. Puck comes out in front. Now it back to Kyle Hopkins again. He gets it down, intended for Cook, but breaking that up is Young. He then overskates the puck, but it does get out to center. Ryan Hopkins with it. 4:18 left in the second period. Gets it ahead. Huskins takes a check from, I believe that was Avery, and then the pass across to Cook ends up putting him in just offside. 4:13 left to go here in period number 2. Last name is pronounced Marr. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Caitlin Shand, for that update. So it's Marr. So I was close to right on that one. Here's Zwicker with the puck. He'll dump it in. And now the Bombers get it back out to center. Rayfuse with the puck. He's got both Marr and Zwicker with him. Now it's dumped in. And Marr going into the corner after it. Marr comes out of the corner, takes a shot, save made, rebound, and another chance as Zwicker got it. I don't know if he got that second shot away, and Thomas Garapy slow to get up there. In behind the play down at the far end. Wallace with it now, still on one knee there. There's a shot from the point, that goes wide. Now Garapy's back up onto his feet as I'm trying to watch the play and Garapy's reaction. He looks to be in some discomfort down at his own end of the ice. Marr gets it ahead. Rayfuse out to center. He'll dump the puck in, but Contuck will glove it down. And now Garapy just gives it a little bump so that Contuck gets it. Now it's back into the Lumberjack zone, played back out to center. Nofdahl just inside his own line. Couldn't get past Lamborn, excuse me. 2:41 left here in the second period. Kyle Hopkins plays it down into the corner. Brandon going in after it. Sim meets him there. Sim plays it up the wall. Picked up by Farrell. He'll feed it to Avery. Kiefer Avery plays it off the wall. Or sorry, that was McKinnon, 19, not Avery, 18. Played around to the far side. Steele gets to that puck, tries to send it back down low, but it's knocked down by Brandon. He gets it out to center. Sellers, last man back, plays that out to center. Coleman brought it back in, but Lamborn was still offside, so could not continue to carry. Here comes Sim. Sim into the Lumberjack zone. Sim with a move, but then gets knocked off the puck by Kyle Hopkins. Played back out to center, under 2 minutes left to go here in period number 2. McKinnon goes back across far side, now ahead for Farrell. Here comes Farrell into the Lumberjack zone. Farrell gets bumped off the puck, but McKinnon picking up on the follow. Now it's back to Steele with a shot, and a big save made there by Joe Hocko. Just the 12th shot that Hocko has faced here tonight, according to the shot clock that we see up above center ice. It feels like he's faced more, but a lot of shots maybe not quite getting through, or they would have been going wide, or any number of other reasons. Now here comes Cook back into the Bomber zone, trying to get it through there for, who was that? That was Huskins, but Huskins couldn't quite get his stick on it. Down into the corner, Cook turns, comes out, takes the shot, puck goes up into the netting, and we'll get another stoppage with 1:12 left to go in this second period. And again, just to reiterate what I said earlier, I mean no disrespect or offense when I do mispronounce a name. And at any point, this goes for any team, any player. If I'm mispronouncing anything or anything along those lines, please do let me know. The only way I'll get it right is if I'm told I'm getting it wrong. Out to center, then back in, now back out, now back in as the puck is being battled for there. We're into the final minute of period number 2. Lucas Canning plays it back out, knocked down there by Talbot. Talbot gets it to Woodworth. He plays it back to Ryan Hopkins. Ryan will bring it in. One of the Hopkins cousins on this Lumberjack team. Now Nofdahl tries to play it up the wall. Knocked down there by Huskins. Back to the line, Talbot. He goes across Woodworth back to Ryan Hopkins. He gets the shot in, and Garapi makes the save. 26.1 seconds left to go here in period number 2. And it's a 3-2 scoreline as it remains since 23 seconds of period 2. Back after we had 4 goals in the span of 2 minutes of playing time. Off the end boards, in behind the net, and it gets tangled up in the net, in the back of the net there. And so the shot was taken by Hopkins, and it didn't touch any Bomber player, so the faceoff comes out to center. 17.6 seconds left on the clock here in period 2. One by Brennan, played back to Hopkins. He sends it into the zone. Now wrapped around the boards. Out to center. Just 6 seconds left in the period. Hopkins will flip it back in, and Sellers will eat it for the last 2 seconds. No, he'll try to send it ahead and ends up hitting the linesman as a result. Maybe the linesman would have preferred that Sellers just eat that puck. And Cole Sellers, showing some class there, heading over to the linesman, giving him a little pat, saying sorry about that one. As the second period does come to an end. The only goal of the second period came at the 23-second mark. Ethan Brennan, his first goal, second point of the tournament, assisted by Lamborn and Connors to make it 3-2. Then we had 14 minutes and 37 seconds after that of incredible back and forth action, but the scoreline not changing. Shots on goal. Are you ready for this? 13-2 for the Lumberjacks, according to what we see on the shot clock up there. But that second period did not feel like a 13-2 shot margin. But that's what it says, so the 2-period total favors the Lumberjacks 25-12. We'll take a break. We'll come back, get you ready for period 3. Once again, don't forget to share your thoughts by tweeting me, PetterPC_sports. You can also follow the tournament at 2019_major. We'll take a break, get you ready for the third after this. It is Bombers 3, Lumberjacks 2 after 30. You are watching the 2019 Nova Scotia Major Bantam Hockey League Provincial Tournament here on 360 Live. Welcome back as we get ready for the start of the third period. It might not be hyperbole to say the biggest period of the season for the Wherewell Bombers. They carry a 3-2 lead into this third period with a chance to guarantee themselves a spot in the semifinals with at least a tie. Obviously, they would prefer to get a win so they get a little bit better seeding by getting that extra point. Finishing 2-0-2 would look a little bit better than finishing 1-0-3. But a tie would be enough for the Bombers to get into the playoffs, to get into those semifinals, and they would have the distinct advantage of when they do get to the semifinals, not having to play until either 5 o'clock or 7:30 tomorrow night. A full day of rest, a full day of relaxation, and whoever they play in the semifinals will have had to play a game at either 8 or 10 in the morning on Saturday, because we can tell you the 12 o'clock game between the Rangers and Pro Hockey Life Harbor Storm, neither of those teams will make the semifinals by virtue of their records at this point. So that game will be for pride to avoid finishing 7th in the standings, but neither of those teams will have to worry about a relatively quick turnaround to get into a semifinal at either 5 or 7:30. But for the Bombers, if they can get that number 1 seed, well, they'd still be playing at 5 o'clock, but that means they'd have more rest between the semifinal tomorrow evening and the gold medal game on Sunday afternoon. That's the advantage of that number 1 seed. If you do get into the gold medal game, you've got a little bit longer rest than either the 2nd or 3rd place team in the round robin. If you get into that 2 or 3 spot for the Bombers, they would have 23 and a half hours between the starts of their games, and you can't ask for much better than that in a tournament of this format. But before they even think about that, they have to get through this next 20 minutes and either get the win or the tie to ensure that they have a spot in the semifinals and finals. For the Lumberjacks, even if they do end up losing this one, they still have a chance. If they are able to beat the Excel Physio tomorrow, they would be tied with Excel Physio on points, and depending on the outcome of the game between the Gulls and the Cougars, it will determine what type of tiebreakers come into play. The point being, though, that this game is not must win or must tie for the Lumberjacks. In fact, a tie wouldn't do them a whole lot of good. They really do need the win to try and get that 2 points to move them level with the Bombers, Excel, Physio, and the Cougars. And if they do get the win, it would actually clinch them a spot in the semifinals, because the Bombers would be also on 4 points and would be eliminated, and we would know our 4 semifinal teams. If there is a winner, that winner is in the semis. If the game ends in a tie, the Bombers are in. The Lumberjacks are not necessarily out. Even if the Lumberjacks do lose, they again are not necessarily out. It will depend on the outcome of everything that happens tomorrow. A lot to be decided here in this next 20 minutes, and it is underway. The 2 captains take the draw. Puck comes back to Livingston. He plays it over to Young, who gets it down the ice and into the Lumberjack zone. Back to pick up there, Ryan Hopkins. He gets it ahead, and now here's Huskins with it. Huskins works in, stops at the hash marks, plays it across, and that pass a little bit behind Cook. He had to lay out to try and get his stick on it, therefore couldn't get a shot away. Now it's dumped in. Puck takes a weird bounce off the backboards, and nearly disaster for Hawko, but it ended up bouncing off the post and all the way out down the ice. Livingston now gets it ahead. that passed, or gets just past Ryan Hopkins, and that's an icing. I've been asked to send a shout out to Kent Gooby from the South Shore Lumberjacks. And now the referee coming over to have a word with John Sim. And it sounds like he's telling Sim that he's heard enough complaining from the Bomber head coach, doesn't want to hear any more. There's McInnes with the puck. He gets it up to Avery. Avery cutting through the D. Avery, but what a play by Connors to knock that puck off of Avery's stick. Now in the corner, Avery gets it back again. Trying to skate it up the wall, but he's tied into the wall there by Coleman. Then a shot from Canning from the point, and gloving it down is Hawko, and he'll hang on for the save. 1:05 gone here in the third period. Again, want to send a great big thank you to everybody tuning in here on 360 Live. We really do appreciate having you along for the ride. It has been a fantastic day of hockey, a fantastic 2 days of hockey, and we still have more yet to come. Canning can't do anything with it there. The Lumberjacks will bring it in. Here's Woodworth. Woodworth with a shot, and the save made there by Garapy. Woodworth now in the corner. Back to the line. Kyle Hopkins plays it over to Connors, while getting knocked down in front of the net was Huskins. Now pass out for Woodworth. He scores! Luke Woodworth, 1 minute and 35 seconds into the third period, gives the Lumberjacks a tie game with his second goal and fourth point of the tournament. Woodworth takes the shot from inside the face-off circle and gets the goal, tying this game up. Puck dumped in. There's a chance now coming in onto the net. Garapy had to react as it deflected right on him. Then Hopkins with a shot, and Garapy steers that one aside as well. Now Knofdahl gets it back out to center. Ryan Hopkins plays it ahead, and here comes Zwicker with a shot, and another save by Garapy as he hangs on. 2:04 gone here in period 3, tied at 3. Again, a tie game. The Bombers will be in to the semifinals. Cook gets the only assist on that one, so it's Woodworth from Cook at 1:35, tying up this game. Now here with it was Brandon. He dumps it down into the Bomber zone. Brandon behind the net, now into the corner. Coleman, back to the line, Connors. His shot, Garapy kicks that one to the far wall. Lamborn sends it behind the net, coming into the corner. Coleman back to the line for Connors. Wallace there to help get it out to center. Now here comes Blaze McDonald. McDonald couldn't get past Kyle Hopkins, and it's played back to Young, to Livingston. Livingston ends up putting it right on the stick of Woodworth, but it comes back to Livingston. Now here's Woodworth with a shot. Save made by Garapy. Rebound. That one comes down and hits Cook. Behind the net, Woodworth comes out with it. Woodworth towards the middle of the ice, back to the line, and Hopkins takes the shot from there, and another big save by Garapy. Cade sent a message on Twitter saying, "Let's go Bombers." Many of the people here in the Pictou County Wellness Center will echo that sentiment, Cade, but I'm sure there are plenty sitting over in section S6, as well as many watching from down South Shore Way, who would beg to differ. There's a shot from Ryan Hopkins, another save, another shot from Cook, and Garapy comes up huge yet again. Behind the net, Steele. Tanner Steele gets it ahead. McInnes gets it to the line, not out now. Getting it out was Canning, but Marr brings it right back in. Off the wall. Sellers couldn't get it out. Now Avery does. And Brandon will go back and take it into his own zone. Being watched by Canning. Gets the pass across there to Lamborn. Lamborn misses everyone with that, and it'll be an icing call against the Lumberjacks. Exactly 4 minutes gone. Shots on goal, 34-13 for the Lumberjacks. But the scoreline reads 3-3. The last thing the Bombers want to do is sit back on this tie, however. Yes, a tie is good enough to get them into the semifinals, but they can't sit back on this for 16 whole minutes. Huskins brings it down into the corner, gets it out in front, but it ends up rolling through all the way to Chase Nicholas. Nicholas gets it down onto Hocko. He steers that aside for Ryan Hopkins. Hopkins gets away from Nicholas, takes it behind his net, comes out the far side. Now trying to get away from Farrell. Nice little spin move and does so. Gets the puck ahead now to Cook. Here comes Cook into the zone. Cook gets it knocked off his stick by Nofdahl, and coming out with it there, Chase Nicholas. He'll just dump it in onto Hocko and peel off for a change. Hocko sets it up for Ryan Hopkins. Hopkins trying to get away from McInnes. Gets the pass ahead. Tanner just deflects it forward. Contact there, sends it the other way to Wallace. Into the Lumberjack zone. 5 minutes gone here in the third period. Puck comes all the way down the ice, and that will be an icing. Shout out to the Pictou County Pee Wee AAA Crushers who are heading to Cole Harbour tomorrow and to Halifax the next weekend. Absolutely, Cade, we can do that. You say John Sim is your idol. Well, John Sim doing a great job coaching up these Bombers. And then Cade puts in the hashtag as well. Crushers for life. Go Crushers this weekend down in Cole Harbour and Halifax, absolutely. Puck played down into the Lumberjack zone. To the line, Steele with a shot. There's a chance. Sim trying to poke away at it, but couldn't get the puck as it ended up underneath Hocko. Great chance for the Bombers. And then Blaze McDonald with some great leadership, pulling Ben Wallace out of that pile to make sure that no penalty can get called on his team. 5:19 gone here in the third period. Tied up at 3. Off of the face-off. Puck gets over and out as Connors got it ahead to Lamborn. Lamborn tries to take a shot. It goes off the skate of Young and into the corner. Lamborn gets it back again. Around to the near side. Coleman. He's being watched by Steele. Coming in to help out there is Brandon. Brandon now tries to throw it across. Lamborn in the far corner. Now Young plays it back around to the near side for Wallace. Wallace has it knocked away from him by Brandon. Connors works it ahead. Brandon in there, Coleman in there, Wallace in there, McDonald in there. Now it gets out to Kyle Hopkins. He pushes it as far as Tanner Steele. He'll give it over to Young, back over to Steele again. 6:10 gone here in the third. Ahead for Sim. Landon Sim across the blue line. Tries to cut to the middle. Gets tripped up. That'll be a penalty. And we'll see a Bomber power play here at 6:17 of the third period. Kyle Hopkins takes the tripping call. And so the Bombers, who are 0 for 1 on the power play tonight, 1 for 11 on the power play for the tournament, with a chance, if they can convert this power play, to take a huge, only 1 goal, but still a huge lead at this time in the game. Canning's shot goes off of Woodworth's stick, up over the glass and out of play. The Bombers did bring a lead into this third period, and we can tell you that out of the 10 previous games, the team that has led going into the third has at least garnered a point. Canning with the shot. That goes off of Woodworth. Now Sim comes out of the corner, takes the shot, and just getting a piece of that is Hocko. Now Avery with the shot. Farrell rather, tries to go short side. Farrell gets it back, now plays it to the line. Contact, fakes the shot, gives to Canning. Canning fakes the shot. Pass down to Sim. Sim in the corner. has a couple of players on him, and Talbot able to get it down the length of the ice. 1:18 left to go in the penalty. 7 minutes gone in the third period. Pass ahead to Farrell. He'll circle and try and pick up some speed. Now he'll get the puck ahead to Avery. Avery crossed the blue line. Kiefer Avery for Landon Sim. Sim has it knocked away from him. Now to Canning. Canning sends it into the far corner. Avery settling it down after it bounces out from the wall. To Sim. 48 seconds left in the man advantage. There's a shot. Save! And there was a loose puck there momentarily. And Farrell was looking for it. Adam Farrell couldn't quite get his stick on it as Hawko was able to react in time and get it covered up. 46 seconds left in the power play. 12:29 left in the third period. Bombers a little bit too slow to make that change, as Canning will have to go back out there. No, now they're going to say Contact has to come out. No, it's going to be Steele who comes out. And getting waved out of the face-off circle is Nicholas. Coming in to take the draw instead, McDonald against Brennan. Puck gets to the line and out. Now it's sent down the length of the ice. Back to get it with 30 seconds left in the man advantage. Here's Sellers. Sellers goes to make a pass ahead. It goes off the stick of Brennan and comes all the way down to Ryan Hopkins. He'll send it the length of the ice again. And Garapi will settle it there for Tanner Steele. 16 seconds left in the power play. Steele for Sellers. Sellers feeds it to Nicholas. Nicholas, that pass just a little too far in front of McDonald, but McDonald chases it down, gets to it, takes it in front of the net and scores! Blaze McDonald on the power play, and it's 4-3 Bombers at 8:14 of the third period. Blaze McDonald gives the Bombers the lead, a huge power play goal. Blaze McDonald scored twice in the game against the Harbor Storm to turn what was a 3-1 deficit into a 3-3 tie and get his Bombers 1 point in that game. Is this goal enough? There's a shot on Garapi and he makes the save and hangs on for a face-off. Is this goal by McDonald enough to guarantee his team that incredibly vital at least one more point? Still lots of time left, but the Bombers now working with a lead. And again, a tie is good enough for them, so a little bit more of a cushion. But here's Farrell to Avery. Avery shot, and what a play by Connors to not allow that shot to get through. Now there is a shot from Canning, and that goes wide and all the way down the length of the ice. As we get the announcement of the McDonald goal. Nicholas with an assist. So Nicholas gets the only assist on that one at 8:14. So again, McDonald, his fourth goal, fourth point of the tournament. Nicholas with his fourth assist of the tournament. And we talked about how big 3 of those 4 goals for McDonald have been, 2 of them creating that tie against the Storm when the Bombers were trailing by 2. He scored twice in the third period. Now he scores to give the Bombers a lead in the third period. Will it hold? Ryan Hopkins plays it down. It goes all the way around to the far side. Battling there is Sim against a couple of players, including Brannon. Now it comes back to the near side line again. Hopkins trying again to send it down low. Now here comes Sim. He gets it ahead for Blaze McDonald. Here comes McDonald. McDonald trying to work his way through, but gets the puck knocked away from him with a good defensive effort by both Talbot and Ryan Hopkins. Sellers Sends it low. Hopkins gets to it. Comes to the line. Kontuk puts it on net. Hocko steers it aside. Here's Hopkins. Ryan Hopkins, that is, with it. Ryan, lead pass intended for Coleman. That misses the target, and that'll go down the length of the ice for an icing. 9:55 left to go in the third period. Bombers lead it by 1. We mentioned this earlier, that the team that carried a lead into the third has yet to get a loss. They've either tied or won every one of the first 10 games. Bombers very much hoping that that statistic holds. There's a puck down into the corner. Woodworth plays it back to the line to Kyle Hopkins, back to Woodworth again. He throws it through, and it goes all the way to Huskins. Connors with the shot. That gets deflected. Woodworth now back to the line. Another shot from Kyle Hopkins. It gets knocked down in front. Sellers wraps it around the boards. Huskins keeps it in at the line. Scrum along the near wall. Avery comes out. Gets it ahead to Nicholas. Chase Nicholas. Puts it on goal. Hocko steers that aside. Canning can't keep it in at the line. It comes through to Steele. He plays it across to the far side, but misses Young with that pass. Now here comes a chance for Kyle Hopkins, and another big save by Thomas Garapy. Garapy now 33 saves on 36 shots here tonight. And Sim will take the draw against Zwicker. Puck comes over to McKinnon. McKinnon takes a big bump there from Rayfuse, and it's played out to center. Sim now gets it ahead to Farrell. Farrell down into the corner, takes a bump. Puck played back up the wall. Pass for Rayfuse, just a little bit behind him from Marr. Now in front of the benches, it comes out to Rayfuse. Rayfuse gets sandwiched by 3 black jerseys. That gives Marr a chance, though, as he came in untouched and got a big shot away. Garapy with another save. Now Ryan Hopkins gets the puck back in deep as he takes the bump from Farrell. We talk about it so often. Take the hit to make the play. Ryan Hopkins did there. Here comes Sim, bringing it back out. Landon Sim all the way up and into the zone. Takes the shot. Blocker save. Tried to bat at it, but missed the puck. Then takes a two-hander onto the leg of Rayfuse. Was going after the puck, but hit Rayfuse with that. No call is going to come. 7:47 left to go. Kontuk holds it in at the line. Now Zwicker will bring it out for Coleman. He lets it roll away from him. Kontuk gets it to Canning. Canning getting away from Lamborn. Canning still with it. Canning cutting in. Puck is loose in front. And Ryan Hopkins plays it over to the far wall to clear it from danger. Sellers now down into the corner for Avery. Avery trying to come in, gets the puck in front. But Hocko able to cover up and hang on for another faceoff. 7:21 left to go here in that third period. Bombers with the 1-goal lead. But again, a big reminder. A tie works for the Bombers to get them into the semifinals. Might not get them the seed that they want in the semis, but it will get them there. And once you're in the semis, then it's anybody's game. Here's Blaze McDonald with a shot from the point. Hocko steers that one aside. Now down low, gets to Avery. Kiefer Avery out in front. McDonald can't get a shot away. Gets it back down into the corner for Avery. Avery back to the line now. Sellers. Sellers tees it up. Blocker save, puck loose. And Kyle Hopkins able to clear that one out of danger. And out comes Cook. 6:48 left to go. Cook will dump it in to the Bomber zone. Cook goes after it himself, gets to it, tried to set it up for Woodworth, but it's intercepted by Canning. Here comes Canning. He's got Avery and McDonald with him. Canning gets around one check. Coming in, takes the shot. Hocko the save, and then it goes off the outside of the net. Played to the line. Held in momentarily by Young, and then it gets out with Zwicker. Steele goes to send it back in. And back to get it here, Kyle Hopkins. 6:20 left to go. Bombers with the lead. Coleman gets it up for Brennan. Here comes Brennan. Puck a little too far in front of him, and Steele turns it the other way. Here comes Wallace. Wallace will just dump it in, go chasing after it himself. Ryan Hopkins gets there just in front of him, but Wallace ties him up quickly. Wallace battling hard. Plays it, it's played up the wall to Zwicker. Zwicker gets it out to center just as he takes a bump from Sim. Now sent back into the zone, but not very deep. Pass comes out to Coleman. He can't handle, and Steele goes to play it off the wall, but it ends up hitting one of his teammates on his bench. 5:44 left to go here in the period. Shout out being sent from Kevin Latimer to Bomber assistant coach Tim Fielding from Truro. He was a standout goalie for the Mount Allison Mounties when they were a Canadian top 10 and loves his hockey. Obviously, we got to give some credit to Fielding for working with Garapi and Goss if he's a former goaltender. And we've seen the great combination of Garapi and Goss do fantastic work for the Bombers so far in this tournament. Canning with the shot from long range. Hawko makes the save and hangs on for a face-off. 5:26 left to go here in the third. And it cannot be reiterated enough. Bombers lead by 1, but a tie would do it for them if that's what the end result is. Cook plays it off the wall and down the ice. It bounces. Sellers able to settle it down, gets it to Kontuk. Long lead pass. Connors does end up getting a piece of it, so it's not an icing. Now it gets and hops past Kontuk out to center. He'll send it back in. Avery out and then back in again. Connors now behind his own net. Under 5 to go. Here comes Zwicker. Zwicker has it knocked off his stick by Sellers, and Sim will play it off the wall and out to center. Connors sends it back. Sim knocks that one down again. Landon Sim back to Kontuk. Kontuk didn't see a good angle, so he played it across for Sellers. Ahead intended for Sim. That's off target. And that'll be an icing. 4:32 left to go here in the third period. 4-3 the scoreline for the Bombers. Shots on goal, 37-25 in favor of South Shore. Shots in this period, 13-12 in favor of the Pictou County-based team, the Warewell Bombers. Puck comes to Steele in front of his own net. He'll just play it off the wall and down the ice. And it will be an icing as it rolls just wide of the net. 4:15 left to go. As that 7th player for the Bombers right now is the great big sign up over center ice that indicates the time, as they are trying and trying and trying to hold on. And now we're going to see a penalty for the Bombers for trying to make a late change. And so it's going to be a power play to the Lumberjacks here. McDonald will go and serve this penalty at 15:45 of period 3. A bench minor served by McDonald at 15:45. So second power play of the game for the Lumberjacks. They scored on their first chance. Here's Hopkins. His shot doesn't get all the way through as it's blocked by Steele. Steele goes down, slow to get up. Now the puck picked up by Sim. He'll get it out. Steele is back to his feet, and Sim will just send it down the ice as Steele struggling to get to the bench. He does. Again, the Bombers on the penalty kill here because of a bench minor for trying to make a late change. I think they're calling it they're calling it a delay of game, or they're calling it an unsportsmanlike bench minor. Either way, a bench minor at this stage. Cross ice for Cook. Cook couldn't settle it down in time to get a shot away. 1:10 left in the power play. Back to the line. Hopkins tried to set it up. It is a delay of game, bench minor. There's a chance, and that shot gets blocked. I believe it might have been Young. Now here's Woodworth for Huskins. Can't get the shot away because his stick was blocked just enough by Avery. Young can't clear the zone. Woodworth keeps it in, gets it to Ryan Hopkins. That shot gets deflected and goes wide, and Young will send it down the ice. 40 seconds left in the man advantage. Under 3 left to go in regulation. Ryan Hopkins brings it ahead. Leaves it there for his cousin Kyle. Kyle trying to skate through a couple of checkers. Now coming in to help out is Huskins, but getting the puck is Canning. He'll send it down the ice. 16 seconds left to go in the bench minor. Back with it, Ryan Hopkins again. Ryan carrying it ahead. His cousin Kyle just behind him. Now Hopkins over to Woodworth. Woodworth with a shot. Garapy the save. And Canning gets to the puck and clears it down the ice. And the penalty expires as the puck gets down the ice. And here comes Blaze McDonald on the forecheck. But Kyle Hopkins able to get it out and around. 2 minutes left to go here in regulation. Bombers with the lead. Kyle Hopkins with it at center. He'll dump it into the near side corner. Puck comes up the wall. Brennan takes a bump, and that's going to be a penalty against contact for interference, as Brennan did not actually get the puck. So 2 late penalties against the Bombers. Now we'll have a timeout by South Shore as they want to talk things over. The first penalty, a delay of game at 15:45. Bombers kill that one off. The second one to Dylan Contuck for interference. This one at 18:09. And if the Bombers kill this one off, they will have earned a victory. The question, does Joe Hocko come out to make it a 6-on-4? We'll wait and see. The Bombers will be on the penalty kill for the rest of this game. Hocko does stay in the net, at least for now. Sim, Young, Avery, and Steele. Hocko still on the ice, but for how long, as he's way up out of his net. Skates back towards his net as the Bombers got possession. Now it's out to center. It's Hopkins, Cook, Huskins, Woodworth, and Brennan. And now onto the bench is Hocko. Coming in is Coleman. 1:29 left to go. 6-on-4. Ryan Hopkins with the shot. Save made. Puck comes to Woodworth. He goes across for Cook. And that one just misses the far post. Now Woodworth back to the line. Hopkins able to just hold the line. Woodworth back to Hopkins again. Near side Cook. Cook back to Hopkins. One-time shot. And Garapy makes the save and covers it up for a face-off with 1:04 left to go. Sometimes there are just no words left. 39 saves by Garapy. What else needs to be said about his performance? Woodworth, Hopkins, under a minute left. Cook, Hopkins, one-timer, and that one goes off the post. Woodworth with it, gets it to Coleman, and then goes just wide off the stick of Brennan. Cook to Hopkins. Hopkins gets it through, they score! Tie game on the power play goal with 37.3 seconds left. A power play goal ties up this game at 19-23. However, as we've mentioned, a tie will get the Bombers into the semifinals. They just have to hold on to this tie score for 37.3 more seconds. Brennan getting told he can't make a change this late. Now we'll see this last 37.3 seconds. Here comes Woodworth coming in. Woodworth takes the shot. He scores! Oh my goodness! 2 goals, just 6 seconds apart, may spell the end of the Bombers' season. Thomas Garapy is beside himself down in his crease. But for Garapy, 39 saves on 44 shots. What else can you ask for? Now the Bombers need to score to tie this game back up. Here comes McDonald into the Bomber zone, into the Lumberjack zone. Woodworth gets it out. 14 seconds left. Young gets it ahead. That's intercepted. Sent back in. The Lumberjacks will win this game. They will make it to the semifinals. The season for the Bombers will end in heartbreaking fashion. The Bombers will finish their round robin with a record of 1-1-2 and will be out of the playoff picture by virtue of the fact that there are 4 teams at 4 points. 1 team is at 5 points, and the Bombers cannot finish any better than 5th because of the way the tiebreaker rules are written. 2 goals in 6 seconds on Thomas Garapy after he made 39 saves. Cole Sellers gets the player of the game for the Bombers, as Thomas Garapy right now is still completely inconsolable. And Ryan Hopkins, the other number 4, also named the player of the game. Lumberjacks improved to 2-1. Bombers are 1-1-2. That will wrap it up for today. And what else can be said? That will be the final game of the season for the Bombers. Two late penalties against the Bombers. They killed off one of them, couldn't kill off the second. And then 6 seconds later, an even strength goal ends up ending the Bombers' year. That wraps it up for us today. Our next game, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. The Gulls take on Journal Gym. For the Lumberjacks, they'll play at 10 o'clock. We know who the 4 semifinalists are. What we don't know is what the matchups will be. The Gulls play Journal Gym tomorrow. That is 2 teams that are in the semifinals. Excel Physio plays the Lumberjacks tomorrow. That's 2 teams that are in the semifinals. We may see both of those matchups twice tomorrow, depending on how things play out. But until then, on behalf of my technical guru, my awesome cameraman Neil, this is Michael Petter saying may your skates always be sharp, may your shots always hit the top shelf. The final score once again, the Lumberjacks end the Bombers' season with a 5-4 victory. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow morning.